Welcome to the Instagram Stories Flash Briefing. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. There's so much Instagram news to talk about. That literally never happens over the weekend. But I promised that I was going to feature this first thing. So I'm going to start with that, and then subsequent things will have to be tomorrow. Over the weekend, The Verge released a podcast where they interviewed Instagram Director of Product Robby Stein. I've played clips of Robby talking on this show before, but he said some really cool, important things in here, and I want to get right to the gist of them so that I can give you the context for why they're so important. The first one that I'm going to play is a thing that I've been saying for years, and I feel so justified that I'm right, and I was describing it the way that I view it and the way that Instagram views it. Here's the clip.
Did stories destroy the grid? Is anyone still using the grid? Okay, you use the grid.
Maybe at least two users.
Other than him.
One extraordinarily important user of the grid.
Yes, people love the grid. They really do. People love the profile and the grid. I think for a lot of people, it is the main way, their main representation of themselves on the internet. Like, it really is. And if you've never met me before or where you go to school together, you go to my Instagram profile and you get a quick sense of who I am. And it really matters to people. So people do still spend a lot of time thinking about it, and they really enjoy it.
Here's why I loved this clip so much. Back in 2014, I predicted that going forward, Instagram would be your resume and your website for the foreseeable future. And I was right, because that's how people use Instagram. This is their corner of the internet to be found, and it has up there what they want people to see. And that's exactly how Instagram looks at it as well. I thought that was amazing. Here's more from that same segment from Robby.
But do you see in the sort of your daily usage numbers the shift towards stories?
I mean, stories is definitely a place that can accommodate more use cases because it's just this kind of effortless place where you don't have to think too much about it. You just post. And so you definitely see much more of like the everyday casual use case, which was the purpose of stories. And when we originally launched it, it was because we realized people were having to be so considered in feed, and it was too difficult to really be like, whoa, is this really like some good enough to go on feed and then be on my grid and live on forever? Like, man, maybe not. And so we do see a lot of casual usage on stories.
It's so funny that this is a conversation because when Instagram first launched stories, I completely stopped using the grid for years. And I would only do it for my absolute best posts that I thought this is something that I want permanently out there for everyone to see forever. Now in 2019, since everyone uses stories all the time, I've sort of reverted to going the other way and not using stories very often and focusing on the grid just because I feel like no one else is. What are your thoughts on this? I would love to hear. You can discuss this interview with Robby on my Facebook group called the Instagram Stories, facebook.com/groups/IG Stories. Give me your opinion because I am truly very interested in hearing about this, and this is one of my favorite topics to discuss. That's it for today's Flash Briefing. Come back tomorrow where I discuss a new blog post that Instagram has on their business blog about how to use stories most effectively coming into this winter season. Thanks for listening.